Yo, this is your boy Super Dev, aka Devon Walls. I switch it all around, and you're watching the Diamond Experience with Marsha Benton. Y'all need to follow that.
Woman, 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 hear me roar. Woman, 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 hear me roar. Woman, 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 hear me roar. Woman, 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 hear me roar. I'm on. I come back and I tell you to stop. In my voice, you will hear from the valley to the mountain.
Greetings, greetings, greetings once again from the Diamond Experience Show with Marsha Benton. Today we are on set for our very first off-site shooting. We are at Brothers Jazz Cafe, and we have here the owner of Brothers Jazz Cafe, my friend and fellow foe, Devon Walls. This man, it has got it going on. He has so much going on. I would read you his bio. His bio is a whole book, okay? Just so you know, he owns 14 locations. And this is an awesome, awesome thing that he's doing here in the city. He's doing so many things. And we had to interview him just to let everyone know what's going on here. Chester is booming once again, thanks to this man in part. He's definitely doing his part to bring the city up. Welcome to the Diamond Experience.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you, everybody. We here, the Diamond Experience. She didn't bring me no diamonds, though. She got diamonds everywhere. I need my diamonds. Where are my diamonds at? I'm happy to be here.
Oh, I'm glad you're here. So listen, let's talk about how it all started for you with art. He's an artist. All the art that you see here and all of the studios, it's from him. So let's talk about your art first.
Well, I grew up in an arts family, from a family of artists. My mother, my uncles, cousins were all artists and singers. So,
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
I kind of detoured at a younger age, and I hit the streets when I probably should have really been concentrating on building what the family had already started, you know what I'm saying? But I picked it up and just started running with it. But it was always something that was in me. I was always sketching and drawing and building something or taking something apart. I've been a fashion photographer for years, so I used to travel around the world shooting for America's Next Top Model, and I've shot for Project Runway.
Wow.
And, so I've done a lot of stuff. So this has always been in me and a part of what I do.
Oh, wow. I didn't know all of that. That's awesome. Wow. Okay. So now let's talk about, for those of you who don't know, downtown Chester, everyone from Chester calls it Overtown.
Yes.
Okay. So we are Overtown, and he has a number of establishments over town. So let's talk about those.
So one of the establishments, which I'm real proud of, we're sitting in Brothers Jazz Cafe, which started off as the Italian Brothers. It was a hoagie shop in the city of Chester. And, in Chester, it seems like the only things that people want to feed you is either hoagies, pizza, Chinese food, or soul food. So we wanted to put something in the city where you could get different options at. So we sell a lot of stir fries, a lot of vegan and vegetarian stuff. But then we still get down with the soul a little bit, you know what I mean? But we try to change it up a little bit because we know our people in our community are suffering from high blood pressure and diabetes and stuff like that.
Yes.
So we wanted to have a space where we could combat that and where it can also double as a performance space for all of our artists who come in. So you could come in here on Thursdays and Sundays and hear live music and stuff like that. So we knew it was something that we were always running to another city to get that we wanted to put in our own.
Wow. And do let me tell you, this food is wonderful. I have had a number of things on the menu. The veggie burger is the best I've ever tasted.
We appreciate that.
Ever tasted. The crab cakes are good. He has specials. All the food is so fresh. The seafood, everything. The food is so good here. You have to come here and eat and join us at the Jazz Cafe. Now, let's talk about MJ Freed, Performing Arts.
Yeah, that's my baby. So my family had always had this vision of creating a cultural arts district in Chester. but they were growing up in the 50s and 60s where they were fighting for civil rights. So it was a lot of things that they didn't get completed. So I thought, how about I take it on my shoulder and we start building that cultural arts district in Chester. So I identified some properties that I wanted on Avenue of the States, but if you know anything about Overtown, it was all owned by Korean businessmen back through the 80s,
Yes.
90s, and
Yes.
2000s. So I started approaching them. It was 90% Koreans on the block. So I stepped to them one by one. And now our block is no Korean ownership, it's all African American ownership now.
Wow.
So I knew it was time for us to kind of flip that because I saw Chester going in a different direction, and the African Americans in our community never had ownership of their own city. So I said, okay, before they flip it and it goes to somebody else, let us stop it right now and let me get my brothers and sisters together and let us own our own destiny. So now we're 90% owners of the Avenue of the States, and we're moving into the next blocks around, just trying to build something that looks like our very own Wakanda. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yes, yes, yes. Now that's powerful.
Yeah.
That
And it's
is,
work.
yes, a lot of work. That's the other thing. I see him all the time. I will see him in one location. 5 minutes later, he is gone. And turn around again, come back. There's a mural on the wall. There's lights. There's a picture. Awesome work. Awesome work. I appreciate all that you're doing.
Thank you.
What about the next door to the
So
MJ Freed?
next door to MJ Freed, we have a gallery space that's utilized by local artists here, and we have a couple exhibits coming up there. So we're always having cocktails and art exhibits and stuff like that in that space. But then the third door down, we have their Chester Made Maker Space, where we have all of the tools, power tools, saws, drills, and we teach people how to build stuff because you can't talk about changing the community if you can't fix this stuff up yourself. So
Right.
we're teaching classes on carpentry and plumbing and electrical and stuff like that. And it's just a space that we also wanted people to be able to come and learn. So a lot of people in our community, they be like, listen, I don't want to go back to school to learn something. So it's a fun space for them to be able to come and learn skill trades and skill sets.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. You heard it right here in the city. You can come and learn. And oh my gosh, I'm thinking of all of the events that you put on just this summer alone.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous events. Talk about them a little bit.
So I have a lot of partners when we're doing these events. I'm partnered with the artist Picasso, and then we got Parson and Ulysses and my Chester Made family. We've put on over 163 programs this year for seniors, children, adults, and we even have programs here at the restaurant. We have a little chef's class where we bring kids in and we teach them culinary arts. And the reason we wanted to do that is not just to get kids in the kitchen, but get them in the kitchen and be aware of their diets and how much sugar intake and salt intake can hurt them.
Yes.
Because growing up, we didn't know this thing. We were like, oh, it's salty, but we kept on eating it.
Yes.
But imagine somebody telling you that salt that you're putting in your body is destroying you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So now we
Yes.
got kids going home telling their parents, Mom, you're using too much salt. You're using too much sugar.
Wow.
No, I don't want that juice box. I want some water.
Wow.
So it started changing the dynamics inside of the household. So everything that we touch, to be serious, Marsha, is a school. It's for
Right.
education purposes. So the reason that I was so diligent on building this downtown is because we didn't have it, and I thought it was something that we needed.
Wow. Wow. You heard it here. 163 programs just this year alone. Seriously, I have rode by here and there's always something going on at one of these establishments, and it is phenomenal. You're doing a phenomenal job. Can you talk about around the corner, the riverfront?
There she goes sneaking stuff.
I can't wait.
So secretly, well, no longer secretly, we've been working on a project, and we realized we were researching like African American ownership on waterways in the country, and we found two. But then when we researched it a little deeper, they were presidents of corporations that were still owned by other people and not truly African American ownership. So we wanted to own some land on the water where we can redevelop and we can utilize it. We can have waterfront condos and townhouses and stuff like that. So I purchased some property on the waterfront, and we're working now on transforming it into some creative live workspaces, some condominium townhouses, and we're getting there. We got the blueprints done. The architects came down and did their work. So we're going through the process of meeting with engineers and then going to license and inspection. So we'll start talking about having some black ownership on these waterfronts. You know what I mean? So,
Wow. Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
we working.
Wow. Oh my gosh. If y'all could see my spirit man right now, it's leaping, because that is what you're doing. So many people dream about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they never get to do it. But you're actually doing it.
But I can see why a lot of people don't do a lot of the things that we talk about, because it doesn't come without sacrifice. It doesn't come without fight. It doesn't come without a lot of prayer from going back to what you used to be, because people are trying you.
Yeah.
Because now they see you in a suit and tie and they think that you still won't get fly with them. So, I understand it. So instead of watching people keep walking away from dreams and visions, I invite them to the table. I start educating them on the stuff that we're doing, because it's hard. And
Right.
the thing is, you got to have that spirit, that fighting spirit, that I'm not going to give up spirit, that my family deserves the same thing that other families are getting, and my city deserves better than what they've been given. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's a hard thing. So,
Okay. So there is a clock that sits at 9th and Avenue of the States in Deshang Park. We used to walk home to that clock. We knew we had to be 5 minutes after you looked at that clock, you needed to be home. And that clock was there for many, many years. And it stopped working probably about 30 years ago?
probably so.
About 30 years ago. So here, they are revitalizing the clock. The artwork on it is absolutely amazing. You have to ride by there and see it. Talk about the clock.
That clock is something that we're proud of right now. That's stage one. It's just something that we did to get attention to the clock. So myself, Kenneth Picasso, Parson, Marcy Morris, and Ulysses Slaughter and our Chester May family, we came up with an idea. Actually, Titus Robinson came up with the idea, and we started working on developing something that would bring attention to the park, but also bring attention to that clock, which we see falling apart right now before our eyes. That clock did mean so much to so many people. Myself, I used to go by that clock going to school, and everybody who we talked to about that clock, they said that let me know if I was going to be late for school or if I wasn't going to make it to school. You know what I mean? So we walked up on that clock, and the bricks were falling out, and we knew it was only a matter of time before either they knocked that clock down or that clock was going to fall down. So we wanted to bring some attention to it. And just by us painting those mural panels and putting them up on that clock, it brought the attention that we wanted to. The news media came out, the newspapers came out, the community came out. We didn't think nobody else cared. But once we touched that clock, it let us know just how much people cared. It seemed like we were at on Broad Street, all of the cars that were pulling over, the people that were taking pictures and stuff like that. And like I said, we wanted to bring that first step to that clock and make people start envisioning that clock being something else. What about if it was fixed? What about if those bricks weren't falling and we just put mortar in there to make sure that it could stand up for a few more decades? And now people are actually talking about making those steps with that clock because of the efforts that we put in. And that's exactly what we wanted, for people to jump in.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. You heard it right here. We are in Brothers Jazz Cafe for our first live offset taping. Wow, so much is going on. So much has happened. I'm so happy for everything that's going on here. You are watching the Diamond Experience Show. Stay right there. We will be right back in a moment. Hey everyone, this is Marsha Benton here at the Diamond Experience Show, my show. I just wanted to let you know about my book, Soul Ties More Than You Imagine. If you have not purchased it yet, you can find it on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. It will truly be amazing to your life. It will give you a lot of good information that you need. Please purchase this book and let me know what you think. We are here doing our very first off-site shooting at Brothers Jazz Cafe with the owner, Devon Walls, Chester Mogul. He has so much going on in the city. He's doing so many wonderful, awesome things for our city that we want to invite you down to this cafe right here. He has jazz in on Thursdays and Sunday nights. The food is amazing. Come down here. Good food, great music, great people. We have an awesome time. We had a fabulous time at the prior events. So now we're going to jump right in and start talking to him about the other projects he has going on here in the city. Devon, welcome again.
What's up, Chester? What's up, world? Whoever's looking at, I hope y'all looking at us in Tokyo, Japan, all over the world.
Yes,
'Cause
yes.
I know she's gonna get there. So.
Yes, yes. Ooh, I
Yeah.
like that. Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
Y'all throw the stuff in the air.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Speak it. That's
Speak.
what this show is about. That's
Yeah.
right. The atmosphere. Put it
Yeah.
out there. What we want. So listen, he's about to let you all know about several other locations that he has going on, and jaw dropping. Watch this. So let's talk about it.
So one of our next projects that we've been working on, we just closed a while ago. So I have a company called New Day Chester, and a lot of people ask me, why did you name it New Day Chester? Because I really believe the new day starts with us. You know what I mean? So in order to transform what we're doing in our community, you got to transform the way that you think. So New Day Chester is the name of our real estate company, and we just acquired old hotel that was here in Chester since the 1920s. It was called the Arcadia Hotel. It's a 27-unit hotel with retail on the first floor and all of these huge apartment-sized hotel rooms from the second, third, and fourth floor with views. On the third floor, we can see the Philadelphia skyline from it. We're working on that and making it a boutique space in the city of Chester. And then while they're popping up their hotels all around us, we have our ownership within that platform as well. So we're going to get that done. And we're thinking about a small market on the first floor so we can get vegetables and different things like that. So
Hotel, you heard that? Hotel, black owned hotel right here in Chester. Amazing. So what else is going on? What else is going on? Talk to us. Talk to us.
well, we got a lot of stuff going on, you know. So oh man, I'm just proud of all of the projects. I don't think one of
Yes.
them supersedes the other one. But if you come down the Avenue of the States, I'm sure you see all of the work that's going on up and down there. And as much as I'm sitting here and I like to talk about all of the projects that I got going on, it's a lot of other people that's working downtown as well. So I'm sure that people see the sneaker store, the DTLR, they
Yes.
see Picasso's studio.
Yes.
We have a pop-up coffee shop on the block right now where you could come and get some excellent coffee. We're building 16 apartments on the block right now. So if you're looking for a nice place to live, some modern, chic living, you're going to have to come downtown Chester with us. And we're building a community down here. You know what I mean? We plan on opening up other restaurants down
Yes.
here and stuff like that. So people can come downtown and take a stroll around and you won't be disappointed in what you see. But the biggest thing that we're barking on is black ownership of our own city, of our own downtown. So you'll see people like you owning spaces that you want to patronize. You know what I mean? I think people in Chester have been conditioned so much to buy from other people and
Yes.
avoid their own people that when you start handing the money into the hands of your people, you can see that money actually recycling in your community. You can come and spend $1 at our cafe, and I can guarantee you that 50 cents of it is going to a children's program that we have in our city. And
Wow.
no other people are giving you those guarantees. So this neighborhood that we're building right now, it's not just for me. It's for you. It's for you. It's for everybody, kids. It's for everybody who's looking at this stuff now. So it's a major build that we're doing right now. We need all hands on deck. So you know, we're proud of what's happening right now. And we
Yes.
getting a lot of attention from around the world right now. I get calls from Europe right now. We getting calls from Africa right now.
Wow.
We have sponsors that are flying in to check out the work that we're doing. And they like, man, we're going to jump in with y'all and get this stuff done. So we just building.
Awesome. 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 He's an artist, but he's also a photographer. You heard that? And I see him out doing shoots. You do photo shoots
Yeah.
and everything. It is just amazing. Amazing.
You got to get that money.
Yes.
You got to work. You can't build this without financing.
You
And-
got that right.
And I don't want to wait on people. You know, I want to be able to do the stuff myself. So I work 24 hours a day. You saw when you came in, I'm sitting back on the computer. I'm going through finances.
Always.
We're looking at deeds and land lots and all of this stuff. And we're working on building some other stuff outside of Chester. We
Okay.
started working on some property down in Ocean City, Maryland. So we want to have some beachfront properties. We're building 30 acres down there right now. And we're
Okay.
doing some building on the waterfront here so we can give our black kids some access to the water where they could canoe and kayak and learn more about the waterways. You go into any city opposite of Chester, Ridley Park, Ridley Creek, Delaware River, they got kids in there kayaking, canoeing, and learning about their
Yes.
environment. But you come to Chester, you don't see a child nowhere near the water.
You're
You know
right.
what I mean? So we want to teach them and educate them about that as well. So we're going to take whatever we got in our blood to build something that people say can be done or shouldn't be done in Chester. One of my things that I say to people all the time is let's build something impossible together. And people think that what we're doing is impossible. We're going to show them and we're going to keep on building.
Wow. Wow. Oh my. This is amazing. This is amazing right now. 14 establishments. He has talked about maybe half of them right now. Um, Give me a defining moment that you've had.
A defining moment.
Mhm.
I think my biggest moment was when I held my mother's birthday party in MJ Freed Theater. A lot of people don't really know how deep Chester's history is. Chester was separated once with blacks and whites, just like Montgomery, Alabama. And I remember my grandmother saying that she tried to go into what was McCory's here on the corner. They
Mhm.
used to have a hot dog counter or something in
Yes.
there.
Yes.
And the white lady denied my mother and my grandmother to get something at that counter. And she used the word, I'm not serving that nigger or something
Mhm.
like that. And this was a story my grandfather was
Right.
telling us. And I was like, when we started concentrating on where we wanted to build that, I said Avenue of the States. And I told my mother, as soon as we get our buildings there, you're going to be the first one to have a dinner in those buildings. So once I got the theater and we got it redone, my mother's birthday was coming up. I called the family. I said, I'm going to have something for my mother. I want everybody there. So the whole family was there. My mom came in. It was linen tablecloths. We had it catered food all over the place. And she walked in the door and I said, Mom, you remember? I said to you, you're going to be able to eat on this block and we're going to own it. And she just started crying. And so I think that was
Oh.
like the biggest defining
Wow.
moment. I think I cried too, maybe
Right,
just a
right.
little bit, but I think that was when I said it was worth doing. It's worth
Yes.
building. And just listening to a lot of the elderly people that lived in Chester and talk about the stories that they've been through, we get a lot of them that stop me and say, boy, they give me hugs and they be like, man, just keep on doing what you're doing. He said, because we wanted to do it, we just didn't have enough to do it. And I said, no, I'm doing this for y'all. So
Wow.
y'all fight wasn't in vain. So I think that's what really keeps me going.
Right, 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 right. Um, wow. So many things going through my mind right now. That's awesome. That's awesome. What would be a word of encouragement you would give um, just to anybody that has a dream or would like to do something,
Mm-hmm.
anything?
Mm-hmm. The cliche would be to say to somebody, never give up, keep on fighting. But what do you do when you see so many people fight and lose the fight? I think it's more about rising and more about educating ourselves to stuff that we are unfamiliar with. You know what I mean? A lot of
Right,
stuff that
right.
we're ignorant to, we tend to stray away from or want to run away from. Sometimes it's okay to just face that train head on. I jumped into something that I really didn't know a lot about. When I wanted to do what I wanted to do on the Avenue of States, I wasn't thinking about becoming a real estate developer. Well, the more I found out that our people didn't own anything, we're claiming these neighborhoods and we don't even own the land to them.
Wow.
I wanted my son to see something different. I remember the landlord coming to our house, and if you ain't had the money, he was talking crazy to my dad and all that stuff. I'm like, oh no, I'm
Right.
not going to give anybody the chance to ever talk to me or my children like that. So ownership and making sure that we stop losing our parents' houses to sheriff sales. And when one of our
Yes.
grandparents died, we're fighting over the land and stuff like that. We got to keep that stuff in the family.
Yes.
So we're losing our land. We weren't ever given our 40 acres and our mules, so we got to create that.
True that.
So just build upon that idea that we deserve better, we deserve bigger, and keep on building towards it.
Wow. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This has been an amazing interview with Devon Walls here in Brothers Jazz Cafe. You have got to come down here and um, get some food and enjoy the entertainment here in the cafe. Tell everyone how they can follow you, get in contact with you, learn about the events that you have going on in the city.
So I'm all over social media. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. My Instagram page is The Artist Warehouse. A lot of people follow that page, and I have thousands of followers that share in on the page. And on Facebook is Devon Star Shooters Walls, because Star Shooters was my film and production company that I had. But I'm at the restaurant. Stop in the Brothers Restaurant, buy a sandwich, and help out with some of this programming and stuff we do. You don't have to follow me on social media. Bring your butt down to the avenue and let's get this work done. You know what I mean? A lot of people follow you from afar, but you could come on down here, drive those cars, park down here, and get out and help. Every hand counts.
Right, right. What about Chester Made?
Chester made. Oh, that's without it even being said. That's a part of the whole build.
Yes.
Once they jump into one thing, they're a part of the Chester Made Coalition anyway.
Right. Now, do they have a web, correct? A website.
So our Chester Made page, we mainly go through our Instagram page.
Okay.
So just Google Chester Made or go on any platform and type in Chester Made, and you're going to jump right in with us.
So all hands on deck, Chester. Let's get involved. Let's give donations. Stop by here and give a donation. If nothing else, we are here at Brothers Jazz Cafe, and we thank you for tuning in to the Diamond Experience with Marsha Benton. Follow me on all things Diamond, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Until next time, be encouraged. Keep your head up. The best is yet to come. And like Devon said, don't give up on your dream.
Woman, 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 hear me roar, woman.